Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, and I wanted to have a little talk with you just to let you know um, what happened today during my rant. I'm deciding that I'm going to delete that rant and re-record it for the simple fact that it mentions violence and I don't want my channel to be associated with that. Also, what I wanted to say was that I'm doing this so I can keep a record of everything that occurs on the dates and everything else that was going on when these crime sprees happen. And you know what else? I've had it in the back of my mind all the time, is that every time there are those Latin American festivities and the whole city fills up with people for the film festival and whatever have you, these sorts of things begin, which means that the staff in my building are involved. There's no question about it. Everybody knows it. So what I have to do is I have to start mentioning names. The private investigator has reported it, and they're waiting to hear back. I have to fill out a form and put down all the people's names that have been caught in the past or who have been actually acting up with me. I have to give them all the dates of the situations where the police were on the road and let all those crime sprees by other drivers occur. You know, the basic reason why I'm doing this is because, number one, I know who basically, essentially, is behind it. Somebody who knows me. And who would celebrate the Day of the Dead except a Latin American person? I know it's a favorite all over the world, but it's being celebrated with me, and it goes to show you the spirit. When I talk about this in my upcoming blog, now I'm not sure who else is involved other than the Latin American spirit, okay? I'm not saying it's Latin American people, no. But because of what happened to me in my previous home abroad, and because of this similar situation that never quits, always at this time of year, I have to do something legally about it. And I know that it's the same people who've been giving me problem, since I was a little girl. So guys, what I'm trying to tell you is that this is an old story that I'm fed up with. And I want to erase that previous vlog from today and re-record it and try to re-record it without any mention of violence, because I think that is essentially what is at the bottom of all this. Is a very political attack on people who stand up for the rights of victims, and it's cult behavior. I don't want to see dead people or dead animals on my street anymore. I don't want to see things going missing. I don't want to see people walking up and down my halls giggling and trying to scam my network. It's all crazy behavior. It's not funny. To me, it's very stupid. If I thought there was something funny about it, I would laugh, but there's nothing funny about attacking a person politically through crime. As far as I know, it is definitely people that know me. And for instance, every time I go somewhere, there are swarmings and cars pulling over and aiming things at me. It's unbelievable, guys, what I have to put up with. So it gets to the point where I drive a block or two, I have to pull over, stop, and put on my panic button. Thank God that I drive in areas where there's lots of malls. So it makes driving and stopping very safe and easy. I never risk putting anybody on the road in danger, ever. Unlike them with me. And so, guys, that's it in a nutshell. I can't handle this time of year. I don't like the way people come here and or come near me and think it's funny. Think they can do whatever they want because there's no proof. Well, there is. I know it has to do with those festivities, and I don't celebrate that. I celebrate life, not death. I'm not saying that other people are wrong. I'm not saying it's not enjoyable. I'm saying that's my opinion. And for people to force that political view down my throat between September and November every frickin' year, I'm fed up. It's like a religious attitude being shoved right down my throat, and I don't want to know about it. I don't celebrate death. I celebrate life. I celebrate people's lives while they're alive, and I mourn them when they pass away. That's how I was built. That's how I was raised. I don't mean any disrespect, but I don't try to enforce that on everybody else. I'm not saying that's the only way to be, and so heaven help anybody who tries to be different. No, I'm just saying leave me alone. This month in particular is not a celebration for me, and I know that people who enjoy this festivity will try to change my mind and say, no, you should be happy. No, I'm not happy, especially with things like this going on. So that's where I'm coming from. And these little crime sprees, that are going on. My cat, I told you before, my cat is the perfect person. Look who's talking about a cat as a person. She's the perfect signal for me. She's the thing that warns me right away as soon as I get in that something is amiss. My cat never hid as much as she has been lately, and it's because every time I go out, somebody is coming in, and they're taking away dishes, they're taking away laundry, they're sick. I know that other people out there will find this very enjoyable, and I know that I want my channel to be enjoyable, but this isn't enjoyable. This is crime. And I think the people who are coming here to holiday have to be mindful of the fact that other people and many other Canadians do not celebrate death in the same manner that they do. And therefore, they should keep their celebrations to the people who go with that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't celebrate in my apartment when I'm not there. This is a theme that's been going on with me since before I got married, hasn't it? I remember that vlog I uploaded last week. That's been the theme of my life since then, guys. And I'm not saying he's behind it or anybody that from that, part of the world is behind it, but I know that it's become a theme, and the theme is related to hate. So, guys, I wish people could let bygones be bygones, because if they can't, I'm going to have to, part of the agreement with my divorce was that if we left each other alone, there would be no alimony. Well, guess who's not leaving me alone? I'm pretty sure somebody connected to him, or maybe to somebody in my family, somebody who thinks this is funny. The same person that maybe was using my calling card to call people in the middle of the night, and then the detective had to come and investigate. Yeah, those are the kind of people that I actually am talking about. And it's not a good scenario for me, because it can only get from bad to worse. And I know that there are a lot of people, in this city who came for rallies and protests and demonstrations and are mighty, mighty upset with the government and political institutions that punish them for doing all that. And so it doesn't surprise me that many of these people are dressing up like idiots and pretending to be people who they aren't. And I just had a conversation with somebody online who was harassing me. And I said exactly what I thought. People who do that, and people who enjoy doing that need to get help. Because it's not enjoyable to me to have somebody constantly coming at me with comments from some famous YouTuber's channel. And it's not their channel. Why would a person do that if they're not high on drugs or crazy? I don't know, guys. I don't know. You tell me. Anyway, I'm going to erase that rant and go over it again because I want to take out the part about the violence. But everything that I said was true. And, you know, I no longer work in that field because of what happened and because of how that maltreatment was treated and covered up and hushed, and I was punished. I'm not doing it anymore. That poor child grew up, you know, knowing that she couldn't rely on her superiors for protection because they just didn't care enough. That's why I backed out of the system. I'm not going to go back either, at least not in this province. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to bring that up when I erase my blog and re-record it. I'm not going to bring it up. I'm just going to go over the situation that occurred. And I did call the internet provider today, and I explained the situation, and they were right away very consoling, and I made an appointment for an upgrade. But the thing is, during the phone call, I lost my temper because the sound, like it felt like somebody was going to disconnect us. And so I started screaming that I couldn't hear. And the other person said, well, you're mad. Yeah, I'm mad, but I can't hear you. That's why I'm screaming. And I'm going to continue to scream until the volume comes back up. And then it got straightened out. Hopefully, guys, this works because I can't. It's not very funny. This is the kind of society that the government wants us to live in. A joke. I need to have somebody on my case all the time to make sure that the things that need to be getting done are getting done. I don't want to go through what I went through last year with my internet. It was pure BS. And I have to say I don't have that many complaints about my provider. I don't have too many requests. I like things the way they are, but because we're upgrading, I have no choice. I have to be subjected to more insane insane processes that I don't know, guys. I could live without this stress. Maybe I should just forget all about the internet and just take myself right off there. But I enjoy it, and I do want to show people my experiences and what's been helping me and what hasn't. And it's funny, every time I come to this spot, there's a person or people standing right there, and as soon as I leave, they leave. So I'm not leaving. Anyway, guys, I don't know what else to say except for the fact that I'm getting started on my recipe tonight because I have a lot of cutting and chopping to do, and it's time I got started. I need to wash the vegetables and make sure that everything is cut the way that I wanted. And I have to go home, feed my cat, and hopefully she's doesn't have to hide under the bed tonight. She's very sensitive, guys. As soon as somebody starts coming in, she's the first one to tell me. I'm kind of glad I have her, and if anything ever happens to my cat, I want another one just like her. Anyway, guys, I can't say that it's a very nice evening, but at least it's not warm. It's nice and breezy. So anyway, I think I will end the vlog here, and I want to thank everybody for listening and watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care and bye for now.